Hello there, Peter. Welcome to your first essay correction. My name's Andrew, and I work at IELTSpodcast.com here with Ben and the others. What we tend to do with these single essay corrections is give you some brief advice, feedback and suggestions against the mark scheme. Obviously, in order to make any significant gains to writing, it takes repetition. It takes practice over time. The reason for this is that spotting small mistakes in things like articles, prepositions and pronouns takes a lot of practice. But it does assist you in producing much smoother writing that's easier to understand and doesn't cause any confusion for the reader. Now, we choose the international marketing essay, first of all, for the single corrections, to test how students, expand into their topic-specific vocabulary. With international marketing, it should be apparent to most people that this topic is about globalization, about the spreading of cultures, about the erosion of some cultures and the protection of some others. Why is it good? Why is it bad? What is happening in the meantime? Now, I did notice that you sent in 2 corrections for me to do today, but as part of the single essay correction, we do only correct one task 2 response, or a task 1 if you prefer, but most people choose to submit the task 2. If you would like to continue receiving video support from us in this manner, you can subscribe to our sentence guide course, the link to which is in the email that I've just sent you. But for now, let's have a quick read through. So one suggestion I would make here would be to include this bit in this sentence, but also to shorten this sentence somewhat. So I would say many companies have expanded their operations internationally and become truly global firms in recent decades. There's no need for the article there. And I would say predominantly through international marketing, or predominantly through the use of international marketing, full stop. Some people claim what we've done there is our topic sentence, our introductory sentence, much more generally covers what we're doing, and then the opinion comes next. Through the use of international marketing, some people claim this to be invasive. This is overly specific. We don't need to refer to the target countries because in marketing, that's what the marketers will be doing. It is implied. In international marketing, there will be target countries, and so we don't need to refer to them. It's all about not patronizing your reader. You must assume that your reader can make the necessary connections in their brain based on a minimum amount of information. If we give them too much information, it feels like we are speaking down to them, that we are condescending. So in academic essays, it's very important to use as few words as possible, but to ensure that the meaning comes across properly. So let's have a quick read through. So in paragraphs, especially in this essay, I would only expect 2 body paragraphs. It's perfectly fine to do 3, but given that there are only 2 ideas, is it invasive and intrusive? Or is it necessary economically? So really we need to consider both of those ideas, bookended by an intro and a conclusion. So let's see what your paragraphs delved into. So here you have that marketing internationally is necessary. So what you've done is you've got one idea here, that marketing is necessary, and with a bit of explanation. And then you have another one here with a bit of explanation, and then another one here and another one here. So all in all, we have 4 ideas. But what we really need to do is in an academic manner, consider the 2 fundamental ideas to this question. And we do that with a certain structure. One paragraph represents one idea, and we should represent that idea with about 4 sentences. The first sentence should introduce the general topic or the general area of the idea. The second sentence should expand into that idea with your thoughts. The third sentence should support your thoughts with a real-world example. In academic essays, we need to know why you are thinking what you are thinking. We need to see your thought process, essentially. We need to be convinced. And then after your third sentence, we have a summary sentence, which is essentially a thus or a therefore, which explains fully your meaning with the idea. So the area in which you will speak, your point, your support, and your explanation. So one paragraph like that, two paragraphs like that, and then your conclusion. So for this one we could say, let's say we were sticking to this idea for the first paragraph, that it is simply essential. So I would use the word primarily. I always prefer primarily over firstly. Primarily, this form of marketing is a necessity for many global firms or global companies. Firms such as these, companies such as these, I would say firms such as these, because selling, I don't know what is meant by unified products. So we would say firms such as these cannot be successful without an efficient way to sell to multiple countries. For example, if half of the world were to ban McDonald's Corporation from marketing in their countries, McDonald's would surely collapse. Thus, international marketing must be considered an essential part of global trade, or globalization, or the globalizing world. So we have then a consistent and clear idea through the paragraph. And then for the next paragraph, I would choose to go on about how it could be invasive. If you want to mention, which you should, because I really like this word as well, if you want to talk about its effect on culture, I would use this as a furthermore in one of your other paragraphs with a little bit of expansion. So the first paragraph, that you believe marketing is essential, and you should also consider the counter argument that, on the other hand, international marketing can be invasive. It does not, because I like this argument completely. It's good. This should be expanded into a full paragraph, but at the end of this paragraph I would write, furthermore, if managed correctly, international marketing can bring many benefits to culture. Yes, international marketing can bring many benefits to culture, education, and such. Then in our conclusion, we can restate our opinion and say, although international marketing can be invasive and intrusive in some limited cases. See, your conclusion even stands firm and is good if you use those two body paragraphs. I like your conclusion. Your writing is actually very good. You have rich vocabulary and decent grammar. I would focus on bringing more structure in by studying the structure of body paragraphs and how to make argument, how to form coherent and convincing argument, would be my advice. But if you would like to continue to receive these sorts of video corrections from us, please feel free to follow the link in the email to our sentence guide program, which comes with 8 corrections, including task 1s and task 2s. But thanks for getting this in, Peter. It really was a pleasure to correct your work, and I do hope to be seeing some more of it shortly. All the best. Bye-bye.